We're going to move into some footwork. We're going to keep the heaviest loop band around our outer thighs, and we've tied the lightest Theraband to a quarter of the way into our foam roller. We're going to grab that in our outside hand, and we're going to step up onto the roller. So we have that band in our dominant hand. We step on up. Our legs are together. Imagine you're a bird wrapping its claws around a branch. Point the toes around the roller. Go ahead and take that arm up into a overhead press, pushing the shoulder down, breathing. Inhale here. On our exhale, we're going to come more onto our metatarsals, so our heels are kind of hanging off the roller. You got to lift up your pelvic floor to stay there. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, we do a little small pedal of the heels, bending one knee and then the other. You got to lift up through your pelvis so you don't let that roller slide out from underneath you. The shoulder stability you'll find with that press. Remember, the back helps with the movement as well. Sternum reaching in towards the back body. Lower pelvic floor lifting in and up through your torso out the crown of the head. Pelvis pulling down. Inner thighs pulling back. So I like to inhale, ground. Exhale, move. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, ground. Exhale, move. 2, 3, 4. This takes a lot of lift through your core. This is going to really work on the flexibility of the calves, the articulation of the feet, and the involvement of the pelvic floor for footwork. We can't just rely on our leg muscles. We need to rely on the torso to carry the limbs through space. Give me 2 more. After your second one, bend the knees and make your way off of the roller, and we'll switch sides. Now, I'll warn you, this side is going to be a little more challenging. Don't check out. Make sure you're always focused with your eyes. Your knees are soft. You're using your breath. No holding the breath. With a hand on the wall, just make sure you're not pushing into a cabinet or pulling into something that could move. You've got to have good leverage for safety purposes. Once we're up, we're going to begin the pedaling. Inhale. We're still. We imagine the pelvis pulling down, the sternum softening inward. On our exhale, we pedal by bending the knees. And it's small, and I don't want to see the pelvis going up and down, which is why I say pause on your inhale and pull the pelvis down so that when you bend, it's from the femur bone, it's just dropping, and you're getting that stretch in the calves without a deep shift or hike of the pelvis. We shouldn't have to do that. We should be able to lift up through the core and keep our pelvis completely stable and square to the wall in front of us. So make this small, make it slow. Even though you are pedaling, I'd rather it be a nice slow pedal and there be control. We don't want the roller going out from underneath you. You won't do that if you're lifting up through your center. Shoulders down the back. Give me 2 more sets here. Hear your breath. After your final set, step off, grab a 3-pound weight, and you're going to come back to your dominant side, holding that 3-pound weight in your outside hand. Step on up. From here, we'll start a little closer to the wall, and you're going to step onto the right foot, stepping to your right, or stepping to your dominant foot, and then kicking the inside leg to your butt, coming into that hamstring curl, the lower body work we did. Take the shoulder press you just found with the footwork up. And from here, I want you to test your balance. See if you can find your balance, taking that hand away from the wall, using your low abs. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, hand back to the wall, step closer to the wall again. We're traveling through space. Test your balance as you step onto that outside foot. We're going to stay on the same side just so that the loaded side is our standing side. That gives us good opposition. Plantar flex the foot that's going towards the butt. Toes pointed, inner thighs together, pelvis pulling down, abs pulling in and up, shoulders are down, focus up. 1 more breath here, inhale. And slowly make your way off. As a reminder, this next side is your non-dominant side. You got to be extra careful. No moving quickly. Don't bring the hand away from the wall unless you feel confident that your center is under you and you have your balance. Step to that single leg. So we're stepping in the frontal plane to a unilateral balance. Inner thighs come together. We're putting together some exercises we've done, our hamstring curl and our overhead press. We're seeing how square we can get the pelvis, how we can turn off our hip flexors and quadriceps, use our toes, close the sternum, front ribs, plug the shoulder down, and let's make our way back closer to the wall. Second set, stepping to the side to balance. So same side, we step towards, away from the wall, kick the butt with our inside heel. Inhale one, breathe. Exhale one. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Pelvic floor muscles pull up. Inhale, shoulders plug down. And exhale, slowly make your way off of the roller. You're going to set that weight down and come back to your dominant side. We'll step back up onto the roller. Feet are going to be together for this. If you have any low back issues, take your feet hip distance apart. So soft bend in the knees. That inside hand, I want to encourage you to keep it walking down the wall. You're going to bend your knees. Exhale as you begin to fold forward, reaching your hand for the floor. Now, the hamstrings are open with lordosis, so we don't have the struggle with hamstring flexibility here. We're moving into a forward fold. Release the back of the neck. Hanging here. This is nice because we get an even deeper stretch. We have to use our core in this release, so it's an active stretch because we're actively using our pelvic floor muscles, pulling them in and up, staying grounded. Eventually, you'll get to where both hands can hang out on the ground. You can bend your knees and straighten them, working on the inner thigh strength, staying nice and grounded. Hold it here. Inhale one, breathe, exhale one. Inhale two, exhale two. Inhale three, exhale three. Inhale, tuck your pelvis under. Exhale, inner thighs help you pull up. Walk the hand up the wall, slowly coming up, using your center. Slow, slow, slow. Once you're up, stay here, bend the knees. Inhale, roll that outside shoulder back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees and step off, coming to the other side. So our inside arm is doing a little work. We're going to do the same fold here, still working on releasing the low back, the neck, the shoulders, the chest. So as you do your deep C curve, I want the sternum reaching for the back body, inner thighs pulling back to the wall behind you. Each inhale, the pelvis pulls towards the roller and the pelvic floor muscles pull in and up, deepening that C curve. Crown of the head through those feet, deep C shape. Inhale. You can always hold a yoga block in the outside hand if you want something a little closer to the floor for leverage. Breathe here. Inhale. Deepening into the stretch. Exhale, letting go of the neck, facial muscles, shoulders, pulling in and up on the pelvic floor, feeling your pelvis pulling towards the roller, inner thighs pulling back to the wall behind you. You can always bobble the chin if you think you're holding neck tension. Close your eyes, check your proprioception, keep your abs firm. Inhale, pelvis pulling down towards the roller, begin to peel up, inner thighs pulling back, pelvic floor muscles pulling up. Use your outside hand, use your toes, collarbone wide. Deep lift of the muscles that stop your stream of pee. Pelvis pulls down in opposition of those muscles. Once you're up and steady, roll that outside shoulder back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. We're going to begin a squat series. What you're going to need is your heaviest loop band around your outer thighs. And you're going to go ahead and tie the lightest Theraband a quarter of the way into your foam roller. Once you've done that, holding onto the wall, I want you to make sure that your dominant leg is farthest away from the wall. So the non-dominant leg is close to the wall. Dominant leg is farthest away from the wall. Standing profile by the wall, bar, or counter you're holding onto. Stepping up slowly onto the roller. From here, we've wrapped that Theraband around our outside hand. We're going to bring that outside arm up to shoulder flexion as we sit back into a squat, exhaling. Inhale, coming into warrior 3. And exhaling back to our single leg squat. Inhaling to stand up, the arm comes down. We lower the inside leg. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, sit back, arm comes to shoulder flexion. Inhale, forward to warrior three. Exhale, back to your single leg squat. Inhale, pelvis pulls down as you rise up on in that single leg squat, working that outside glute, outside legs glute. Again, inhale, prepare. Exhale, sitting back on 2 for full range of motion, shifting over to 1, and making your way into warrior 3. Exhaling out of warrior 3, inhaling, standing up on one leg. Exhale, go ahead and bring that inside leg down. Inhale, prepare. Pulling the pelvis towards the roller. Exhale, inner thighs pull you back into your squat. Inhale, pelvis pulls towards the roller as you move into warrior 3. Keep your hips square, abs engaged. Exhale, making your way back into that single leg squat. And inhale, standing back up. Exhale, lowering the foot that was lifted. And last time, inhale, prepare, pelvis pulling towards the roller. Exhale, sitting back into your squat. Inhale, shifting, warrior 3. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, standing up. Slowly make your way off of the roller. We're going to go to the other side. Setting up on the other side. Stepping up. Soft bend in the knees. Feet are hip distance apart. However, you can work with them together as long as you're keeping your hips even. We'll begin with an inhale, pulling our pelvis down towards the roller. Exhale, inner thighs pull us back into the squat. Inhale, shifting to our outside leg into warrior 3. Exhale, back into that single leg squat. And inhale, standing up tall. Exhale, bringing that foot down. Preparing again. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, sitting back, arm to shoulder flexion. Inhale to warrior 3. Exhale, back to the single leg squat. And inhale, standing up. Now use your inhale and exhale to drive the energy and to align your body. So inhale, prepare, pulling the pelvis towards the roller. Exhale, inner thighs pull you deep into the squat. Inhale, pelvic floor muscles, the muscles that stop your stream of pee, lift in and up as you move to warrior 3. Exhale, inner thighs pull you back into your single leg squat. And inhale, you stand tall, pulling the pelvis towards the roller as you come up. Exhale, that inside foot down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, sitting back into your squat and shifting over. Inhale to warrior 3. Exhale, back to the single leg squat. Inhale, stand up tall. And again, inhale, prepare. Exhale, sitting back. Inhale, warrior 3. Make sure you're pointing your toes of the lifted leg. The hips are square, shining like headlights to the floor in warrior 3. Exhale, back to your single leg squat. Don't hike or sink into one of your hips. Pull the pelvic floor muscles, the muscles that stop your stream of pee in and up. Inhale, pull the pelvis down in opposition as you stand tall. And exhale, the inside foot down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, sitting back into your squat. Shifting as you move into warrior 3. Inhale, pointing the toes. Exhale, back into the single leg squat. And inhale, standing up tall. Give me one more. Exhale, sitting back. Inhale, warrior 3. Think about your front ribs reaching for your back ribs or your sternum melting through your body towards your shoulder blades, closing off the front body, back into your single leg squat. And inhale, stand up tall. Let's do one more. And exhale, sitting back. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, single leg squat. And inhale, standing up tall. Bent knees, slowly step off of the roller. We're going to move into balance work in the transverse plane. I'd like you to come back to your first side where your dominant leg was on the outside. You're going to take your outside hand, wrapping it around the Theraband that we have attached, and keep this heaviest loop band around your outer thighs. Facing your wall, the leg that's closest to the roller, you're going to step up onto the roller, bringing the inside leg to your butt into your hamstring curl. Legs are together, pelvis is pulling down towards the roller, toes are pointed, both the foot on the roller and the foot that's lifted, hips are even, abs are engaged. Test your balance. And let's try this one more time on this side. So stepping up to a single leg balance in the transverse plane where 90% of injuries occur. Very important for injury prevention and functional movement purposes. Step up, find it, hold, inhale one, breathe. Exhale, inner thighs pull you back. Inhale, pelvis pulls down towards the roller. Exhale, toes point, wrapping that foot, that outside foot around the roller. On your next exhale, slowly step down and set up on the other side. So you'll be facing the wall and you're quarter turning. So I like to think about a clock. I'm facing 12 o'clock. Now I'm turning to 9 o'clock on my opposite side, or maybe I'm turning to 3 o'clock, depending on what side was your dominant side. And you're stepping up, kicking the heel to the butt, that inside legs heel to the butt, pointing the toes, keeping the hips even, keeping the pelvic floor muscles lifted. Test your balance, hold, inhale, and exhale. One more breath here, inhale, and exhale, stepping down. Last time on this side. When you're ready, step up, find the balance, soft bend in the knees, inhale. Brace the abs and exhale, plug the shoulders down the spine. Inhale, sternum reaching for the back body. Exhale, one more breath, inhale. And exhale. From here, we are going to come back to our first side, standing with our feet hip distance. Get a little closer to the wall than being in the center of your roller. You don't need your Theraband for this, but we'll keep that heaviest loop band around our outer thighs. We're going to take a forward fold, walking the inside arm down the wall for security. And we're going to hang over our outside leg, letting the neck go, the facial muscles. Exhale as you lower, and then begin to play around with inhaling and pulling the pelvis towards the roller, and exhaling and trying to straighten the legs and brace the lower abs. So there's a little movement. There's a little bending and straightening happening in the legs. Now, if this really throws your balance off, then just stay in the fold and breathe. But if you're able to add that movement, it'll give you a little more awareness of where you're working too hard and where you're not working hard enough. One more breath here, inhale. And on your next exhale, brace those inner thighs, pull the pelvic floor muscles in and up, and inhale, round yourself back up to a standing position. Soft bend in the knees, step off the roller. Let's go to the other side, setting up. The hand on the wall is doing a little work, and we want to feel the balance. We want to balance that out as well as stretch the other side, the QL, the low back area. Inhale to prepare, pulling the pelvis towards the roller before you begin your fold. Exhale and begin to round forward, relaxing the neck, facial muscles, shoulders, and chest. Let those areas go. Inhale. Think about the pelvis pulling down. Exhale, straightening the legs a little, pulling the inner thighs back as the pelvic floor muscles lift in and up. Again, inhale, pelvis pulls down a hair. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. So there's this little bending and straightening happening in our knees. Two more. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. And one more time, pointing those feet, wrapping them around the roller. And exhale. Inhale, rounding up, tucking the pelvis under, lifting the pelvic floor muscles like you're stopping your stream of peace. Soft bend in the knee, both knees, and slowly step off of the roller. Great job. We're going to take our roller now and we'll take off this lightest band we've tied a quarter of the way in just so it doesn't get in the way. Keep the heaviest loop band on your outer thighs, and we're going to make sure our outside leg is our dominant leg. and our inside leg is our non-dominant leg. And we're going to place the top of the foot, pointing the toes, on the roller, coming in a prep for a mini lunge series to strengthen our glutes, especially the glute max and glute min. Outside hand is on the hip. I want you to push that hip down, keeping it even. Pull the abs in. If you can do this in front of a mirror and check how even your hips are, it'll be really helpful in changing some of your muscle patterns. I want you to exhale, inner thighs pull you into the lunge. Inhale, pelvis pulls down as you stand up tall. Exhale, inner thighs pull you down. Inhale, standing up. Keep that going. Exhale, inner thighs pull you down. Inhale, you stand up. Exhale, inner thighs pull you down. Inhale, pelvis pulls to the floor as you stand up. Make sure you're pointing the foot. You're not sickling it in, turning it in, that it's completely pointed and parallel behind you. That'll help. And keep the range of motion small. If you're constantly losing the roller, you may be pitching your upper body forward. You may be disengaging with your core and inner thighs. And watch out for the focus of the eyes. It needs to be up eye level at all times. So as you go lower in the lunge, your eye level does change, but that doesn't mean the head goes forward and the torso goes forward. Go ahead and switch sides, setting up on your non-dominant side. Begin when you're ready, exhaling as you lower into the lunge, inhaling to lift back out of the lunge with the inner thighs and the glutes activating. We'll also recruit the hamstrings here, and we have the assistance of this heaviest loop band to keep our alignment and to help us find out what square is. Because with lordosis and kyphotic lordotic, there are a lot of strength issues. There's a lot of flexibility, and so that can throw off the alignment because certain muscles aren't strong enough to support the flexibility, and we don't want injury to occur because of this. So as you're working here, hear your breath. Exhale as you go back, pointing the toes that are the top of the foot and pointing the toes, plantar flexion of the back foot. Watch out for knees going wayward. Press equally through the inner and outer chain of your foot, especially the outer chain, because that is the underactive area since we're pronators with lordosis. Keep breathing. We're going to do some extra repetitions on this side. Hear your inhale. Hear your exhale. One more. From here, we're going to bring the foam roller against the wall, and we're going to pin it with our non-dominant leg, stepping our dominant leg forward. So it's flat against the wall. We're going to hold our front leg's hip with our hand, guiding it down, and our back leg's hand is going to do punches. We're going to inhale, exhale, twist, and punch. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, under thighs pull back. Torso is up. 2, 3, 4. Inhale and exhale, punch. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, pull that pelvis down. Exhale, twist and punch. 2, 3, 4. One more. Inhale and exhale, punch. 2, 3, 4. From here, we're going to switch sides. Setting up on the other side. Inhale, prepare, pelvis is pulled down, and exhale, we twist and punch. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, exhale, twist and punch. 2, 3, 4. 2 more sets. Square that pelvis off, pull the abs in. Inhale, exhale, punch. 2, 3, 4. One more. Inhale. And exhale, punch. 2, 3, 4. Great. From here, we're going to face our wall, bringing our dominant arm on the wall for a pec major stretch into a T, twisting away from it. Take your hand, your outside hand, to your hip, driving your pelvis down, twisting on your exhale. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. We're going to 6. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Inhale 5. Exhale 5. Inhale 6. Exhale 6. Setting up on the non-dominant side for a little less time, twisting away from that arm. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, turning back to center. Go ahead and grab your 3-pound weight, and we're going to make sure we still have on our heaviest loop band around our outer thighs. We're going to be stepping up onto our foam roller for sagittal plane step to balance, stepping forward and stepping back. Start with your dominant leg on the outside, and we're going to be stepping up to that hamstring curl with an external rotator cuff position of our outside arm. So the forearms open, palms forward, elbows glued, and the back of your arm, your tricep, is glued to the side of your body. Find your balance here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Inhale, sternum softens inward. Exhale, chin lifts up a little higher. Slowly step forward of the roller. Same leg we just worked is now going to step back. Inhale as you step back, soft bend in the knee. And exhale, bracing the lower pelvic floor. Inhale, collarbone wide. Exhale, make sure your focus is up a little higher than eye level with the eyes. Widen that collarbone. And let's slowly make our way to the second side. Once you're ready, we're now stepping up onto our non-dominant leg. We're holding the weight in that same hand of the supporting leg. Make sure you use your toes. Your hips are even. You're pointing the toes, both the foot on the roller and the foot that's kicking towards the butt. Hold. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Step in front of the roller. This is the scary one. Be very careful as you're doing this. Inhale, prepare, stepping backwards onto that leg. Exhale, inner thighs help you to stabilize. Pelvic floor muscles do as well. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. And slowly stepping down. From here, I'd like you to take off this heaviest band, grab your lightest loop band and your foam roller, coming to a wide leg seated stretch. Bringing the foam roller between the legs long ways, and you're going to bring your wrists, palms facing one another, onto the roller as we fold forward, walking out. I'd like you to inhale, feeling your pelvis pull towards your feet in both directions, towards the floor and towards the feet. Exhale, your inner thighs pull back behind you. This will help you deepen into the stretch. Inhale, pelvis pulls towards the feet. Exhale, inner thighs pull back to whatever is behind you. Make sure you're feeling the toes really pointing. Point through the big toe as much as the baby toes. If you're feeling pain in the knees, then just decrease the range of motion of that wide seated forward fold position. So take the legs in closer to one another. Sitting up on the top of your sits bones before you fold forward. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to ground that pelvis down. Exhale to pull the inner thighs back, deepening the stretch. Again, inhale, pelvis grounds down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back and deepen the posture. Keep pointing your toes. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Going to 6. Exhale 3. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Inhale 5. Exhale 5. Inhale 6. Exhale 6. Rounding up, bending the knees softly and bringing the legs back together. Wonderful job.